Hey folks, John Kelly. Welcome back to the Law Enforcement Life Coach Sometimes Heroes Need Help podcast. This podcast is being brought to you by On Target Claims, where their motto is on target from setback to settlement. Now listen, a little background. I've worked with these guys on the job, on the street for over 25 years, man, and they have always done the right thing and have always had my back. Now, in this second chapter, let them have your back. Right? You wouldn't go to court without an attorney. Why would you go up against an insurance company without representation, right? They represent you, the policyholder, when you go up against an insurance company submitting a claim. And I can tell you this, right? From beginning to end, they're going to be with you during the entire process. They're going to properly document that claim with the latest technology. And then when it comes time to getting things fixed, they've got a complete stable of vendors that are certified that are going to get it done right the first time. They also offer a pre-loss planning and policy review. So you know exactly what you're covered for, right? Make sure that you're adequately covered. The time to find out that you're not isn't after that horrific event. Okay. So give my friends a call at On Target Claims, 561-208-1775, or go to their website, ontargetclaims.com. They cover the entire state of Florida, offices in Fort Lauderdale and Tampa, and tell them John sent you. And now let's get to the episode. Good. All right, folks, John Kelly, welcome back to the Law Enforcement Life Coach Sometimes Heroes Need Help podcast. Sitting down with Tyler Thomas, Undersheriff, Eureka County, Nevada. And, I've been talking with Tyler now for over a year. We've been talking about me coming out there and doing some training. And the course took an abrupt turn. We're not talking about 2025 anymore. We're talking about 2024. Tyler and Sheriff Jesse Watts put on a premier, one-of-a-kind leadership summit every year in Nevada. And we're going to talk about that, talk about some of his past and his passions. And I really, it's just a great opportunity for the listener to maybe go to a place that they normally wouldn't be able to go to. And so, brother, listen, man, let's get this thing going, man. Tyler, it's great to see you, my friend.
It's good seeing you again. Last time we talked, it was just on the phone, and before that, we actually did a little Zoom meeting. So good to see you again.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought I was going to run into you at C.O.P.S. I started seeing all these guys from Eureka County SO. I'm like, where's Tyler? They say he's not here, man. Somebody's got to mind the fort. And they said, but Jesse's here. I said, all right, man. And you know your sheriff, man. We just hit it off, right?
Yep. So when those guys are gone, someone's got to keep the chickens in the coop.
Yeah, man. Tag, you're it, right? That just so happened to be you this run.
Absolutely.
Hey, tell me, man. So tell me a little bit, right? Just because I really want to talk about this summit, man. I think it's just amazing how you just said, hey, we need to do this, and you did it. So tell me a little bit about the past of you, man, and what you're doing and how you got to where you're at now. And then I want to dive in on this summit, man, because there's some really amazing things going on in April.
Yeah. So, of course, I've been working since I was probably about 13, 14 years old. We all have had good bosses, bad bosses through the jobs. Sure. And I became a cop at the ripe age of 21. Went to the academy when I was 22. And the chief kicked me out of the bird's nest when I was, 22 and a half, and I had to figure it out.
Right.
Through my career, I ended up at Eureka County, and the goal was for me to be a sergeant, which happened. I did promote to be a sergeant in December 2019. And within the next year, some stuff happened within the agency, and there was a void at the undersheriff position. And so I was an undersheriff or a sergeant for, truly just a sergeant for just a couple months before Sheriff Jesse Watts asked me to be his undersheriff. He he explained why he wanted me, and that it's mostly the administration side I'm going to have to learn. But other than that, he's got full faith that I can do this job.
Yeah,
And
man.
so
He wants somebody solid that he trusts.
yeah.
Go
And,
figure. Go figure.
And I pointed, I still have a job, so I must be doing just enough, right?
Dude,
so
that's great, man. That's
Yep.
great.
So I get promoted, and in October of 2020, I met Paul Butler at a Sheriffs and Chiefs meeting, and his message was so profound. I was like, wow, our agency is small. We're hurting for people. I need to boost morale.
Sure.
That's my first order of business. As I'm listening to Paul speak, I actually message his secretary, I guess.
He's got people.
And he's got people, and he got the message while he was speaking, and afterwards he was confused because someone's asking to hire him who's watching him speak. He didn't really understand what was going on.
Right.
And so when I had lunch with him, I explained what I wanted to do, and he immediately was for it. And
That's awesome.
that idea turned into, well, his message fits all of the county, so why don't I make this a county-wide thing? Nice. And then it was, well, we'll invite the school district, they're here. Then it turned into this, well, can we have another speaker come in? And the sheriff and I, we had to go pick up a unit, and it was about an hour away, and in that 1 hour we developed this 4-day leadership conference that at least in my experience, I have not been able to find one like it.
Right.
We developed it in an hour, and I started reaching out to people, started getting connections, and had to line up the first year. And then here we are 4 years later, doing it again with, this is the biggest one we've had this year. So this event's going to eventually grow bigger than what the town can hold.
Right. And listen, this is what I love about all this, Tyler, man. You had an idea, and you know what? A lot of people have the idea, right?
Yep.
Hey, you know what? It would be awesome if we did our own conference. And then, I think, nobody takes action on that. Like, you had the idea and you're like, no, we're pulling the trigger on this. Like, and we'll figure it out as it goes.
And part of this, at the time I didn't see it, now I see it, is the leadership skills and mentorship that Jesse showed to me that day when I introduced the idea. It had nothing to do with the budget, had nothing to do with what are we going to charge people. It was, that's a really cool idea. Figure out how to do it.
Right.
And I figured out how to do it. And it just so happens that we are able to put the event on for free for people to come. The first and second year I charged, and it's to the point now where I'm never going to make that money back, because the message I want to get out, your high level, your executives aren't going to send your 1 to 2 year cops to this sort of event if it costs $1,500.
Right.
But let's eliminate that excuse. Okay, the event is free now. Now what?
Right. Yeah, I love that. It's so, like, the message is, and we had this conversation, and I remember, and it really resonated with me. You said, smaller agencies often get overlooked when it comes to training and having access to national speakers and people that are out in this space. And not that they get the scraps, but they may not get anything at all. And you're rewriting the script on that, man. You're like, it doesn't matter how big the agency is. We're bringing nationally known leaders in this space to Eureka, Nevada, to put a conference on for our people. And a bunch of smaller agencies are going to be filling the seats.
Yep. It's paramount that, everyone thinks that these larger agencies are the agencies that can put on this training. And yeah, Vegas Metro is a little bit easier to get people in because they have an airport,
right?
Or Reno. But I've really actually found over the last 4 years, the people that are passionate about whatever topic it is, they'll go anywhere. And so now the goal is continue to have this in a rural part of Nevada, and these smaller agencies around us are benefiting tremendously because they're not having to fork out a ton of money to send their
Right.
people.
That's awesome, man. I love the whole concept. So we've got the leadership summit, Eureka County Sheriff's Office putting this leadership summit on April 15th through the 18th, Monday through Thursday, full days of training. I think I have the lineup memorized. We've got Randy Sutton and Bob Bemis on day one. Right. We've got Tom Rizzo, who, if you haven't had an opportunity to see Tom Rizzo, man, forget it. Walk. Listen, if buy a decent pair of comfortable shoes, and if the only way you can get to the summit is walk, start walking now, man. You don't want to miss Tom Rizzo.
And quick, I just want a quick shout out to Tom Rizzo.
Yeah.
He has never been to Nevada. We will be the first that hosts him here in Nevada. Yeah. So huge shout out to him, willing to make the jump to come to.
Oh yeah.
Metropolitan area of mine.
Absolutely, man. And Tom was gracious enough to downsize his day so I could take the second half, which was it was a funny dynamic, man, in Orlando trying to get this thing negotiated. We could talk about that. That was hysterical. Tom got up in Jesse's face a little bit and was like, "Hey, man, we got to make this happen." I think Jesse got a little uncomfortable at one point.
So, well, Tom has some small muscles. So
yeah.
He's got
he's all now. Jacked up Jersey boy is going after the Nevada sheriff. I'm like, oh, this isn't going to end well.
Oh,
yeah, man. So I get the pleasure and the honor of coming in the afternoon on Tuesday. And then I believe Wednesday, we've got Sheriff Ivey. And then on Thursday, we've got Travis Yates and, the courageous police leader. Holy smokes, man. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's a hell of a lineup, man. And Travis is doing something pretty awesome. He got with you and he said, well, you explain it, man. All I had to do was say yes to the idea.
Yeah. So I did a podcast with him. It's his latest one that he has sent out or released. Yep. And at the end of it, he threw me for a loop. I had no idea he was going to do this, but he, if you listen to his podcast and you rate it and you leave a review, what he's going to do is he's going to pick one person and he will send them to this conference. He will pay their airfare to get them there. And because he believes in this conference is so important. And on top of that, the next day, or maybe it was 2 days later, he ended up texting me saying, hey, if I'm flying someone, why don't we try and see, cover the hotel? And that's where you came into play. I hit you up immediately. And this is where leaders are born. You didn't question it. You didn't, tell me you have to look at the budget. You just said, we're going to make it happen. And, right. And that's why I'm bringing you out, because obviously you're a leader. That's what I'm trying to develop with these conferences is right. Create these leaders. You don't need to have, you don't have to be the sheriff and you don't have to hold some sort of rank to be a leader. You can be a leader in your life. And as I told Travis, the door greeter at Walmart, they can be a leader.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Yeah, I think my response was, I'm in, brother, whatever you need, Yeah. So we got airfare and hotel being paid for to a leadership summit in a beautiful area of Nevada that's going to cost you nothing.
And I have not advertised this yet, but the whole event is usually catered breakfast and lunch.
Wow.
Of some sort. So not only is it free to fly, it's going to be free to stay. And then breakfast and lunch are going to be covered, and there's usually leftovers. So if you bring some plastic bags, you probably cover yourself.
There you go. You bring a doggy bag home, feed the whole plane on your flight back home. Perfect.
Absolutely.
Perfect. So they got to go to Travis Yates's website, go to his podcast, and he's got some instructions there for them to be put in for a drawing. Basically, he's going to pick one person that's going to get free airfare, and I'm going to help out with the hotel. I'm going to cover the hotel, and you basically got no excuse now, man. You've got no excuse to attend some awesome training for a week in Nevada, man. That's awesome, Tyler. It really is. I was thinking, I hope this doesn't erase our 2025 plans, because I was all jazzed up about 2025, man.
I'm only getting you for 4 hours this year, so I might have to work something out to get you.
Oh, right, brother. That's awesome, man. No, that's awesome. Randy Sutton, Bob Bemis, Tom Rizzo, Travis Yates, Sheriff Ivey, Wayne Ivey, and myself, the 15th through the 18th, out in Eureka, Nevada, Leadership Summit. Travis Yates is putting on a contest of sorts where he and I are going to pay airfare and hotel accommodations for one lucky winner to attend this Leadership Summit, man, that you are putting on for free. How do we get to register? I'm not gonna wait and maybe I'm not real lucky. So I figure, man, I'm gonna make my own way to this Leadership Summit. How do I start making plans? How do I reach out to you to reserve a seat so I'm interested and I'm coming?
First, you can certainly send me a text message with your information. Phone number 775-374-1539.
Yep. I'll put that information in the show notes so people can have access to that.
Yep. And then my email is TTHOMAS. It's just T Thomas at Eureka County, EUREKA County spelled out NV.gov. And I'll text you to make sure you have all this.
I'll have all that. I'll put all that information in the show notes, man. And this is the very intricate, difficult process. They send you an email or a text and say, hey, my name's John Kelly. I want to come to this summit. Can you reserve me a seat?
Yep. I actually just had an agency yesterday email me, hey, here are 4 people I'm sending. Great. And they listed the 4.
That is awesome, man. Couldn't make it any easier, man. Couldn't make it any easier. You don't have to give your firstborn. There's no, organ donation that is necessary for you to attend this conference. You just need to show up.
Yeah. And, all I ask is that I have to have, the Academy certified this class. So if you are from Nevada, it is 32 hours of professional development hours you are earning. I have to have people do reviews of the class. So all you really have to do is fill out I think the test is 7 questions, and you could do the test now.
Right. No doubt. No doubt.
All you do is submit some reviews of each of the classes, and I maintain those records. So
dude, it's a win. It's a win. And so it doesn't matter. You can come from out of state too, correct?
Out of state. It doesn't matter.
And it doesn't matter. You don't need to be a certified law enforcement officer in the state of Nevada. You can come from anywhere in the country.
And you don't even actually, the principles of what we're going to be learning is law enforcement, but you don't even have to be a cop to come. You just, if you're a breathing person and you can get to Eureka.
Yeah. And you want to learn how to be better in all areas of your life. This is the conference and the Leadership Summit to attend. Whew. Brother, April can't come fast enough, man. It can't come fast enough. You got your hands full now, so that might be a nice little break for you.
Yeah. In fact, I actually have to, the way we ended up having 2 retirements in the department. So I'm actually moving to the north end of our county to be the leader up there.
Okay.
So it really is going to be a good break, because I'm going to be able to get away from the work-life balance and be down here learning, engaged with all the people that come, the attendees, and network.
I can't wait. Ladies and gentlemen, Tyler Thomas, I'll put all that information in the show notes, brother. I am so appreciative that we met, and I can't wait to spend a week with you and Jesse and all the people attending. Randy, Tom, Travis, Bob, Sheriff Ivey. It's going to be a hell of a week, man.
And we have a surprise for Tuesday. After you speak, we do have a small surprise that day. So people better come prepared.
I love it, man. I love it. It sounds good to me, man. I can't wait. We'll talk soon, brother.
Okay. Thank you.
And that's that.